Welcome to Mount Rushmore. You might be wondering, where's Mount Rushmore? Oh, it's right there. And in this video, I will be going over everything you need to know about visiting Mount Rushmore. But wait, how do I get there? Through these amazing tunnels and roads. But more on those scenic drives later. If you're driving from Rapid City, it's roughly 30 to 45 minutes to the National Memorial, or through tunnels on Iron Mountain or Needles Highway. And once you get there, entering the park is free, but the parking lot is not. It's $10 for most vehicles and motorcycles, and if you're over 62 years old, it's $5 and free for active duty military parking. It's slightly confusing picking a lane as they don't direct you which lot to enter. For those driving electric toasters on wheels, 6 charging stations are on level 2. So, pay card there, pay cash at the front. That's all we got. Okay, $10. To pay for your parking, it's different than what you'd expect, and we totally missed it at first. So bring your ticket with you because there are kiosks at various parking levels, near the gift shop and in the cafe, but the easiest ones are right at the entrance. Keep a hold of those tickets though, because the parking permit is valid for 1 year if you plan to return later in the day, tomorrow, or 3 months from now. Hold on to your parking permit. Now you pass under the second pergola and find yourself at the real entrance, I feel like. There's a gift shop to the left, food to the right, but let's go walk the Avenue of Flags, the famous walk.
Good afternoon, Mount Rushmore visitors. If you are interested in a 30-minute ranger talk about Native American resistance here in the Black Hills, please join Ranger Out.
The Avenue of Flags was initially established as part of the celebration of the United States bicentennial in 1976. They're arranged alphabetically, containing the 50 states, 1 district, 3 territories, and 2 commonwealths of the United States. When you get to the end, it's called the Grand View Terrace, and let me tell you, it's grand, has a view, and is a terrace to look at faces. Tried to make a rhyme there, did not work out. Terrace, faces. Anyway, let's now do the mandatory stop and take a picture here. Now that we've got the obvious first things to do out of the way, it's decision time. Do you feel like walking the half-mile presidential trail, boardwalk loop, see the Sculptor studio, stop by the neat gift shop, or get an authentic Thomas Jefferson ice cream? In this video, we'll do it in the order that we did. So onward to the presidential trail. First things first, make sure you walk the trail clockwise, because then you walk down most of those 422 stairs. Right now we are hiking around the Heritage Trail, we think, and getting closer. Is that wind or is that water?
Oh, that's wind.
Wow. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. The pine trees smell really nice. Here's the pine trees. You'll walk through granite outcrops and ponderosa pine trees with specific views for each president along the way. First is the George Washington viewpoint, situated nicely between 2 boulders. It might be a bit busy here since there's only 1 way in and 1 way out to the neat vantage point. There it is. I think the boardwalk itself is very nice. It blends in with the scenery while making you feel like it's a part of the landscape. You know, for what a boardwalk can be. And then here's where you come to a fork in the road. 1 way is Thomas Jefferson and the other way is stairs. So, to Thomas Jefferson we go. He was the 3rd president?
I guess so.
I didn't know he was just the 3rd. And it's a dead end, so we turn around and take the other fork to walk down the stairs. So far, if you want to walk all downhill instead of all up these stairs, you should go clockwise. It's a little bit of a windy day here, but it makes it extra cool because you get to just sit there and be quiet, and it's like this roaring river of wind go through the trees. So be sure to also look at Mount Rushmore and listen to the environment. Plus, if you like looking at rocks like me, there's plenty of rocks to admire and lots of mica in these rocks. Wait, geologic correction. There's a little bit of mica in the very front, but this is why they built Mount Rushmore here, because there's not as much mica. the cutest little fire hydrant. Pit stop on your trail to Mount Rushmore. Sculptor Studio is next, and a very good stop to make. This way it does make it feel like it's a bit of a back entrance, but it is the right way. I thought that said ferally closed area, like don't go in there, you'll turn feral. Look at these rocks. Look at the trees and the rocks. Presidential Trail. Oh, you can see Mount Rushmore over there. Is this a door? That is not a door. The Sculptor Studio is where you can find a 1/12 scale model and ranger talks and examples of the tools and techniques Borglum and the workers used to create this monument. Why did Gutzon Borglum select these 4 presidents, you may ask? Washington, he was the first president to represent the birth of the United States. Thomas Jefferson, because he was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence and made the Louisiana Purchase, representing the growth of the United States. Theodore Roosevelt, president when the U.S. was experiencing rapid growth, representing the development of the United States. And finally, Abraham Lincoln, for holding the nation together during its greatest trials, the Civil War and the abolition of slavery, representing the perseverance of the United States. Why do people not have cool last names anymore? Is all his generation gone? I've never met a Rushmore. Then, as you walk outside, don't forget to find a little Pinterest project board to the right of the studio. And after looking at the Sculptor Studio, if you come over here, you can find a DIY of how to carve your own 5 steps to carve a mountain. All you have to do is plan, measure, blast, carve, and finish. That's real simple. Okay, who's up for it? Comment below if you want to join this project. One of the pretty views from Sculptor Studio is to walk up these stairs and admire with everybody else. Right here is my recommendation for unique photos. You come here, you put it to 3x zoom, you stand up here, and then you'll get a good picture. Now is the final part of the loop where you'll have the most stairs going up. So take it slow and don't forget to look at the ground for this cool little marker. And the flowers. At the top, there's one more turnout to look at Mount Rushmore. I don't think it's worth the walk around, so just keep going. Because now, let's go get some ice cream. This is actually the Thomas Jefferson ice cream recipe, and you can buy the recipe itself here too. A 2-scoop regular cone was $7.50, but Thomas Jefferson vanilla was 50 cents extra, so $8 or $9 for a waffle cone. It's a pretty decent portion for a tourist place, you know? So you got the Thomas Jefferson vanilla, and I got chocolate and then mint chocolate. So let's see how it is. Let's go sit where we can see. So there's our ice cream. And then there's Mount Rushmore. Right here. Okay, and some of my ice cream melted and a chipmunk took full advantage.
Don't tell the National Park Service.
There's also food at Carver's Marketplace. And then you could eat and look at Mount Rushmore. That's cool, huh? Food places. Options 1. Options 2. Oh, well, it just switched. Afterwards, you can wave bye to the monument from this view because there's one more view you gotta see, which is Washington's profile. Exiting the parking lot, take a right, but as you're facing the monument, it's a left to go to the parking lot. You won't miss it, and there's plenty of room for you RVers out there too. That is all for Mount Rushmore, but don't worry, you're still in the heart of the Black Hills where there's tons of things to still go and see and discover, including Rapid City, the Badlands, wildlife, crazy drives, and so much more. Stay tuned for more of my Black Hills and South Dakota travel guide videos right here. Safe travels and see you next time.